Okay, ready?
Courageous.
Diverse.
Dynamic.
Eclectic.
East Van.
Fires my imagination.
Game changer.
It's a good place to be.
Local.
Provocative.
Relevant. Resonant.
Weird.
Worldly. Unity in diversity.
It's been a really exciting season for me to put together because the Cultch is very deliberately moving into the direction of being very inclusive in our programming and with our audiences and having as diverse a program as we possibly can.
It allows the patrons here to experience theater that we would never have the opportunity to see.
I love the Cultch. Cultch is a company that really opens its doors to the community.
I love the Cultch because you can see shows from around the world here, obviously. But at the same time, Heather does a really great job of investing in the community. So it's a great mashup of local and international and really strong, important work that entertains, but work that affects us and I think changes the world.
It really includes people from all walks of life, people at all different points in their careers, and work from a whole array of viewpoints.
I have just loved the way that the Cultch has become the community theater. It's always been a great presenter of works, but I really feel it has owned the community it lives in.
It's really my goal with this season is to bring as many people into the theater from as many backgrounds as we possibly can. I'm just so thrilled that we're actually going to be running a show for 2 weeks in Hindi. Like that is huge for us. It's amazing.
We're really honored to have this important partnership with the Cultch. Twelfth Night is really interesting because first in Twelfth Night we have William Shakespeare, and then add to that if we bring in it's called Nautanki in India. It's called Nautanki, and Nautanki theater is a very ancient North Indian folk dance-based way of creating theater. So you add that, and then you add the imagery and the colors of Bollywood, and if you bring all of those three together, it's what we're trying to bring through Piya, Behrupiya. It's got all these elements in it that represent the cultural diversity of India and our festival. It has something for everyone in there.
Quite often I come across pieces that really don't fit into a category. And this year we're calling those the mashups. They are really innovative pieces of work. We've got a range of them this year, and I'd really suggest that you check out a couple of those if you're interested in exploring the art form, because that's what the mashups do. They take the art form and they take it somewhere that is very unexpected.
NeoIndegenA is a solo performance by their leader, Santee Smith, who so impressed me when we did the group piece with him a couple of seasons ago. And the music that comes with it, which includes Tanya Tagaq and our own Chris Dirksen. Amma is Amber Funk Barton with Mindy Parfit, and they're doing a really interesting piece playing with the idea of neuroplasticity, which I read all about last year in The Brain's Way of Healing. They must have read the same book. But it's a fascinating approach to the fact that the brain can figure out how to heal itself.
You know what I love about Empire is that it makes you laugh and cry at the same time.
Empire of the Sun hits people hard and unexpectedly, in addition to the laughs, but some people come to the show and they are so moved to such a degree that, the only caveat is, I guess, bring a hanky and someone you love.
The most exciting part for me was on December 30th, opening up the Sun and seeing top pick for Best Production of the Year, 2015, was Empire of the Sun.
Children of God, a new musical that I've been writing for about 7 years, that is about a family, an OG Cree family from Northern Ontario, whose children were sent to residential schools. It takes place in 2 time periods and follows this one family and looks at the effects of our past and how they relate to our future. For me, it was about honoring those survivors, honoring the people who had been through this history, to let them know that they're suffering, that we will never let that happen again. And this piece is a celebration of our elders who have been through so much, and their resilience and power to come back from that, and then to have such a positive outlook about the future, after you've been through so much. So for me, that's been a driving force for this piece since it began.
I'm really excited to see Mump and Smoot in anything. It's one of those shows that just sticks with you. It's dark, it's scary, but it's also very funny and full of heart.
So Elbow Room Cafe, the musical, is sort of a big, raucous, garish show celebrating Vancouver's iconic Elbow Room Cafe, which is located on Davie Street nowadays, but was originally down on Jervis.
I, too, have eaten and been insulted at the Elbow Cafe, which I love. And so I'm so glad the Elbow Room Cafe is a show this year at the Cultch. I know they've been working on this for a long time, and I'm thrilled to see how it's going to work with Alan Zinnick starring. What more do you want?
Pianist is just super duper fun. It is so funny. Not a word is spoken, but I have never laughed so hard. I just had tears streaming down my face when I was watching this piece. Vertical Influences is a piece of dance theater on ice. It's really using the ice and ice dancing as a kind of a hip-hop storytelling experience. And it's very cool because in the first half of the performance we're sitting in the bleachers, but in the second half we get to sit on chairs on the ice. And to be that close to skaters who are as good as these skaters are is quite an extraordinary experience.
This year's Panto, we're very excited to announce it is Little Red Riding Hood, but Little Red Riding Hood with a twist, if you will, because the three little pigs show up as well to do battle with the wolf who shows up.
The wolf who kind of straddles both of those stories,
Exactly.
really.
Little Red Riding Hood is traveling on the Adanac Bike Trail.
From Burnaby, she's heading to her grandmother's house who lives somewhere around Chinatown.
I want to see the East Van Panto again. I think Theatre Replacement does a fantastic job of bringing family together at a time where you want to see some theatre and you want to bring your family, and I'm excited about that. It makes me laugh.
I'm really thrilled to have a fourth helping of East Van Panto.
Yep.
It's become such a wonderful tradition
It's
in
our
our
family-
household,
yeah,
as well
family
as
tradition.
many people's across the city, I'm sure.
And of course,
the Daisy Theatre.
Ronnie Burkett. Love you.
Yeah, he's,
Jiggle your dollies.
The Daisy Theatre, that's my favorite. So I've already seen that one twice, and I'm gonna see it again.
It's like no other theatre. And I am so excited for this new season. I'm already checking off which ones I want to go to.
People should subscribe to the Cultch because, well, it's an awesome deal.
There's something for everyone.
There's so much flexibility.
This is the arts home.
There's so much to pick from, and there is something for everybody, no matter what your race, gender, or ages.